Hey everybody, Andrew here, and I just wanted to give an update to everyone and just kind of reintroduce myself and my channel.
My name is Andrew Gable. I'm a contemporary artist working in stone carving and painting. I've been doing art my entire life and have been successfully creating and selling my work as a full-time artist for over a decade. My mission is to share my journey as an artist, to inspire you and provide practical insights to help you along the way of whatever it is you're choosing to do with your life. This is my life as an artist.
I've been thinking about doing this video for a few days and I haven't prepared anything. So this video is just kind of me turning on the camera and talking, just sharing some of my process over the last winter and the last few months. I've been sharing pretty consistently my creative process, mostly focused around my stone carvings online for, I would say, a decade. I'm a professional artist and I've been a professional artist for about 12 years, meaning I've been selling my work full time during that time. Before that, I spent a decade going to art school, trying to make it as an artist, focused mostly on painting and drawing during that time. And my journey has not been one that has been an overnight success by any means. I've just been day by day, slow and steady, creating art, putting myself out there, learning on the fly how to be an artist and run a business. And so I wanted to make this video. Specifically, I've been thinking about getting back onto social media. So I took probably 2 months, maybe longer, off of posting on social media, which is the longest I've done in years and years and years. I don't think I've ever really deliberately done that before. And I just did it as a reset for myself. You know, I was just at a point in my life where I wanted to slow down a little bit, reflect, maybe reconsider how I'm doing this whole art business thing, doing the whole social media thing. You know, my wife and I bought a property last year. We took possession of it in the winter, and that's where we are currently. And one of the reasons we did that was because I wanted to sort of be back out in nature, in that environment, in that calm, peaceful presence of nature, with the hope that it would rub off a little bit on me. And so that's kind of been my journey. We moved to the property last July. Even though we had possession of it, there wasn't anything on here to live other than this tiny house, which is now our office and studio, which we love. Another primary reason I wanted to get a property is because I wanted to build a carving studio out on the property, far away from the city and the neighbors, so that I wasn't disturbing anybody with my loud grinding and dust, and I could carve in peace. And you know, it's really awesome sort of being out in nature. Anyways, for me at least, I find when I'm doing this type of expression and creativity, I love it. I was born in this area, and you know, this is where I began my creative and artistic journey. I did landscape paintings out here, like lots of going out around in this area and nature and painting directly in the landscape. And sort of that's where I taught myself how to paint, and I started my artistic journey here. After I graduated, I moved back here and did that. So it's cool to be back here. And but now one of the points I wanted to do is build a carving studio on the property. We are basically at the end of February, so I think March 1st is a couple days from now. We have so much snow. It's just been snowing and snowing, but it's starting to warm up, so I'm excited. I sit in this painting studio in our office and I look out the window and I can see where I want my studio out there, and I'm very eager to get it going. The last piece that I did was kind of like piecing together some smaller chunks of soapstone and alabaster to kind of make a multicolored piece, which is not done yet. It's actually sitting right here. Let me grab it. So this guy right here. So I haven't finished it yet. I've just glued it and I have to clean up the glue, and but it's alabaster and soapstone, and it's just different pieces. So it's kind of a sitting bear. But that was just an experiment I did, and that was the last piece that I was working on. One thing I did in the fall is I launched my stone carving course, an introduction to soapstone bear carving. And it's an online course, and I had a decent amount of people enroll in the course, and we kind of walked through the first phase, I guess, of that course, which is basically me launching it and seeing and getting some feedback. And so that's been really fun. That's another point that I want to sort of nourish a little bit this year, starting in the spring and this summer, as I get back into carving, posting more content around the course, and just sharing my artistic journey more specifically for the students that enroll in the course. But I'm super grateful as I move into spring. I'm so grateful that I did launch that course. It was one of the goals that I had for last year, and I ended up launching it, and I'm excited to sort of revisit it and keep refining and building and growing and adding to it, and make it something of a nice resource for people who want to learn stone carving or just improve their stone carving techniques. And obviously, specifically, I carve wildlife and a lot of bears, so a lot of my content and the subject of the stone carving course is the introduction to bear carving. So you're going to learn how to carve bears more specifically. Oh yeah, this video I'm doing for YouTube because I was looking at the word content creation, and I realized that, yes, before I was a content creator, but I want to be a content creator, right? Don't we all want to be content with ourselves and our lives? So that's my focus. I want to be a content creator because I don't like the rush experience and the anxiety and, oh my gosh, how many likes am I getting? Is this, and I need to post every single day. And it doesn't mean I'm not going to be deliberate in how I'm posting. It just means I want to really refocus my attention in creating content around being content within myself, and really focus on bringing my presence forward as a point of stability in the content I'm creating and in my expression as a content creator. And to experiment, really, ultimately, because I want to see if that's possible, where I can create content but have it be more nourishing, maybe slow down a little bit, something that is going to be supportive for myself and other people and the ecosystem on the internet and in the world. So that's why I decided to move firstly with YouTube, because I can maybe post more long form content that's maybe once a week, maybe longer. But there isn't that urgency as like when you're posting on Instagram or TikTok, which is like quick videos. So the focus will be more relaunching my content creation around my artistic journey through YouTube firstly. But I am excited to get back into doing some stone carving in the spring here, and specifically carving on my own property, which I am really thrilled about. But there's a few challenges to do that, which is to set up my studio. First of all, probably going to build it somewhat of a temporary studio, and figuring out how I'm going to run electricity down across my yard. It's pretty far from our power, which we got installed. Because when we moved into this property, we didn't have any power. So we had to get a power pole put in and get electricity installed. And now this summer, we'll probably be focused on getting our water going. We have a well that's inactive and we have to sort of re-drill it out. And that's part of the projects that we have going here on the property. And so this property is very much a part of my creative expression and very much a part of my life. Now, as an artist, you're not just doing art, even though all of my content is mostly focused around my art and creative expression. That's not the only aspect or part of me or my life that is happening here. It's actually just a small part of my life. I've got 2 kids under 5, and me and my partner live here on this property with our dog and our cat. I did complete a polar bear last year in the fall, and I still have that here where I was carving before. So we also have to move that to the gallery this spring, hopefully, and that should be a fun project, is getting that to the gallery. So yeah, all right, so that's my introduction back to creating some content and some videos around my creative process. Plan is to maybe focus more on just a weekly, day-to-day type video instead of more project-focused videos, but we'll see. Anyways, thanks everybody, and I'll see you guys later. Cheers.